Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream for the One for All social media system. We we built this tool over the last couple of years, and I wanted to kind of show it off today because it's Veterans Day. I'm a veteran myself. I want to say thank you for your service, everybody. Um, and if you know, you know. I already took my Motrin this morning, so I feel much better. My knees are doing better. Um, we there's just there's infantrymen chiclets. Basically, everybody carries their Motrin or Tylenol for their joint pain. So anyway, we're going to show off the One for All system today. Built this system over the last couple of years for one purpose and one purpose only. I wanted a better growth tool for social media. I wanted a tool that could be useful for the little guy to go try to compete with the big guy and have it done at an affordable rate. So we built this tool that not only does it help you grow, but it has virtually no learning curve to it whatsoever. I think we finally got this thing working perfectly for what it was intended to do. So when you first log in, what this thing does is it lets you send one post to as many of your social media platforms at once as you'd like to. You can send it to one, some, all. You can send it to 5 Twitter accounts. You can send a post to 3 Twitter accounts, 2 Instagram accounts, a Threads, wherever. You could schedule things off in the future, and we do have some growth tools built in that you're going to like. So let's dive in. Now, before I get too far, and in the little bitty details over there of different little features, I'm going to go through 2 things. One is just how easy is it to create a post on this thing. So let's say, for the sake of argument, you want to create a post and you want to send it to more than one place at a time. And I'm using the beta tool, which is our experimental tool. I'm not using the live tool, but we will actually, let's switch over and use the regular tool instead of the beta. I just realized I was on beta. I was doing some testing earlier. That's why we do these things live, is so you can make mistakes in the middle and have to come back and fix them. Well, here we go. Let's make sure I'm on the right tool. All right, I'm in the right place. Here we go. So let's go create a post. And when you create a post, you have to do 2 things. One, you have to select your team, because I have an advanced account as the Chief Technology Officer. I get away with that. You can have a team function, which I'll cover in a bit. Ignore that for the moment. Don't look behind that curtain just yet. We'll get there later. Select the accounts you want to send your post to. I'm going to send it to 4 of them. X, formerly known as Twitter. I have trouble calling it X. Sorry, Elon Musk. It's Twitter to me. Threads, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So you go down here, you write the description of your post. If you don't want to write, you can click this Write For Me button. It pulls up a ChatGPT window. You can use that ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT. You can even select the voice it comes back in. And it's easy as clicking a button to send it over there, but I'm going to write my own here. This is a Hubble Space Telescope image of the Ring Nebula, a real fun one to see in person. I've actually seen this through a scope personally. This is the Hubble image of it, which of course is much better than what you're going to get out of a scope I can use in my backyard. You take what you can get, right? So there is the Hubble image. There it is right in front of us. That's the Ring Nebula. If you're going to Instagram, the tool will force you to crop in some aspect ratio that is friendly to Instagram, because they require that. This image is already in a 1:1 aspect ratio, which we're going to use for this case. You can select others and crop appropriately if you like, whichever way you want to go. I kind of like that one. So we'll say crop, and bingo bango. In a future version, you'll be able to select a different crop ratio for every platform. And that's coming online probably sometime next year. So if you want a preview of the different platforms, that's Twitter. That's what it's going to look like on Threads. You click these little blue buttons at the bottom. That's what it's going to look like on Instagram. And that is what it will look like on LinkedIn. Hi, LinkedIn. Now, a lot of platforms to find your post, and this is the coolest growth tool, I think, out on the market. I personally have used it, and it's grown my accounts hugely over the last year or so. Now, this auto hashtag button to have your post seen by the widest audience. You want to use the right hashtags, and everybody will spend time trying to figure out the right hashtags. We built a tool for that. You click that button. There are other tools like this in the market. Here's the difference. Other tools are using how many people are using that hashtag tool. I don't care. What we're looking at is how many people are looking at that hashtag per hour. You want the ones that seen the most, not the one that's used the most. So image, it's probably used the most. Space telescope, that's used a lot. The bigger this blue bar, the more people see that stuff per hour. So let's go with those three. Add to post. It's really tough. You click that button, boom, right there. It's sent over. Now you have a choice. You can do a couple of things. You can schedule it off in the future. Just have it post next Tuesday at 1 a.m. The system doesn't care. You can do it as a repeating post from like, hey, I like this one. I want to send it out every Tuesday at noon so everybody remembers the Ring Nebula. You can do it that way. You can save it as a draft, come back later and work on it. You can even tag a collaborator over on Instagram. If you're into Instagram, you probably know that tool. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to say, okay, we'll send it out. Or you can say post now. So let's just go with post now. And posting. It's sending it to all 4 platforms. Our system is handshaking with all 4 of them, sending it out. And once these little bars stop going back and forth, you'll have verification back from all 4 of those platforms that the thing is posted. If there is an error, it will pop up an error message and tell you what was wrong and let you go back and fix it. I have to have my morning coffee while we're doing this. Sorry about that. Now, you can also on YouTube videos, if you're uploading a YouTube video, it will let you upload a thumbnail. And I encourage any user that does YouTube to load a good thumbnail. That's the first impression anybody has of your videos. Thumbnails can make or break you. So it is out there. Now, where did it go? Well, it went to all 4 platforms, but here on the system, if you want to see where it went, you can go over to posts and say, okay, well, here's in our little post section over here on the left. You can look at your scheduled posts, you can look at delivered posts, undelivered posts, drafts, or what's in the queue. Well, there they are. And delivered, it went to X, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Threads. It's live on all 4 of them. You can go check it out for yourself. And it's just that simple. This is one I did last night. It was actually scheduled for 7. You see, it went out at 7, and 2 of the systems didn't verify. It went out until 7:01. But it's also on my feed, so you can go check that out as well. That was a James Webb Telescope image of Jupiter. So let's go down this line over here. Social feed. Have you ever seen a post that when somebody has cut and pasted an image out? So they go to Instagram, they cut and paste an image, and they send it over to Twitter, and they post it over there. Well, instead of doing that, would you believe drag and drop? Same effect. Send it back out, drag and drop instead of cut and paste, just that simple. And it'll let you search any hashtag on the platform on Instagram to do that with. So you can go out there and start looking for whatever you'd want to put on your any other platform. You can just, okay, here's Disney telling people Happy Veterans Day. I think I'll put that one out. So, okay, let's send that to my Twitter account. Well, there it is. By the way, this is a good point. You see where it says down here, max limit of Twitter is 280 characters. Exceeding that limit will convert to the test into a Twitter thread. So we've gone through and said, hey, look, if you exceed the Twitter maximum character value, it'll post it as a thread. You don't have to do anything else. All you have to do is click post now, and it is sending it out to the X platform, and it's done. So it is out there. Now, where else are we going to go? The scheduler. You have a very nice calendar view of what you have scheduled. If you have things scheduled out in the future, they will appear here as blue. If you have things that failed to go out, they will appear here as red. If you have things that have already gone out, they appear here as green, and you can pull in a weekly view if you'd like, or a daily view, whatever your preference is. We've got it for you, and it'll put a nice little logo next to it so you know which platform it was scheduled or went out for. And these, as you can see, are the ones we just did. Analytics, your other best friend in the world. Analytics will tell you all sorts of things on your account and how to make it better. And if you're not looking at analytics, you probably should if you're trying to grow, because it really does give you some insights into a lot of different things. Now, under YouTube, what we have here at the top are our little dials. It'll tell you how many views you've had inside the date range you selected. And the smaller the lines will give you the previous date range. So this is, 10/10 through 11/9 right here. And this is the previous time period associated with that range. So you can see apples for apples. Are my views going up? Are my comments going up? Are my total likes going up? My dislikes going up? Hey, my dislikes went down. Yes, team. It'll show you by day how many views you had, and you can expand that out or contract it. Same thing with comments. You can say, hey, look, where were my biggest comments? And just kind of go down the pipeline there of what you want. Now, wow, I grew a lot that day. 105 on November 7th. Hey, I'm going to go figure out what happened on November 7th. Posts. You can actually dig into individual posts, see what went well. You can organize by likes, dislikes, comments, or favorites. You can even filter by a keyword or a hashtag. Audience demographics. This is one that causes some people some we had one user we were doing a demo for, and they looked at their demographics and they were like, oh my gosh. But the thing is, it tells you where you're strong and where you're weak. So if you look at your audience, this is my audience for Instagram. You can see what your top gender is. You can see the best age groups that follow you. You can see geographically where are you doing well, and fun things like that. Insights is your absolute best friend in the world. So you'll see a lot of influencers will say things like the best day is Tuesday, and you have to send out 3 posts a day, or else you're not doing it right. All this other stuff. What we're doing is calculating the best answer for frequency of post, for data post, and best type of post. And all that's based on responses of the algorithm at the platform. So instead of having to try to guess what's going on with the algorithm, we took the guesswork out. We're giving you numbers. So it can tell you, hey, look, you got a much better shot on engagement if you post once daily than you do. Well, it's pretty close, right? So that's not too bad. But if I go down to 3 times daily, it just drops like a rock. So once or twice daily is my limit, but the system has already put out there for you. Best frequency is once. So let's go see what it says. And what else does it say here on Instagram? It says my best day is Tuesday. Well, let's go look at YouTube and see if those insights are different, because the different platforms are different. Well, over here it says my best day is Friday and my best is once daily. So once hasn't changed, but my best day has shifted because it's a different platform. And my content on this too is different. Those insights can help you greatly grow your accounts and get your message heard. The gallery is exactly what you think it is. It is an image gallery of all the crazy stuff I have posted. My kids are doing candle making, and they thought it would be fun to make a skull. There's the skull candle. This is the image I put out last night. This one we just put out. This was the Veterans Day thing we shared. You can organize them into albums. You can organize them into favorites. Whatever you'd like to do inside there. And if you have an idea for a new feature we don't have in there, drop it in. You never know, we might use it. We've added features that at user request before. Messages are direct messages to the platform. I'm not going to click it because sometimes you get things from bots I don't want to share on a live stream. Notifications just let you know what's going on in the system. So these were the scheduled accounts I had last night. LinkedIn posts and successfully posted at 7 p.m. last night. So there's my ones from last night. The team section, which I promised a preview of, promised to talk about earlier. The team section lets you organize things by team. So let's say you have an intern working for you, and that intern or new employee or whatever, you say, hey, look, I'd like you to take on the responsibility of writing 12 posts for LinkedIn on the subject of artificial intelligence and better use of hashtags in social media, which our tool is an AI tool. It's a predictive analytic tool. It's great stuff. And by the way, our predictive analytic tool, if you write a post now and you write the same post 2 hours from now, might suggest different hashtags because things on the different platforms have shifted. So you got to, be careful with that. Don't be surprised when you see something different pop up. It also is smart enough, by the way, to understand what you're talking about. So like last night, before we get into the Teams tool, last night when I was posting the image about the James Webb Telescope, this one right here, let's go take a look at it. The tool suggested solar system. Well, if you look and read the post, nowhere in there are the words solar system. It does not exist in my post. But the system was smart enough to say, hey, look, solar system might be a good hashtag for you because you're talking about a planet, you're talking about James Webb, and it knows, hey, solar system kind of fits. And it saw that was a hashtag that would actually help. And so there it is. So you don't actually have to have the words in there for the system to pick it out for you, which again, I think sets it apart from the other tools that are out there. The team sections, let's go back to that. So let's say you have a new employee working for you and say, hey, I want you to write 10 posts for me on proper use of hashtags in social media. But they're new and you don't necessarily think they're going to get it right the first time. So you can give them privileges to your account. You can go in here to your different accounts and edit your team. I don't have any team members on this particular platform because it's my personal one. But you can go in and give people administrative privileges. You can add a team member. You can add a social network to this team. You can remove a social network from this team. Yeah, I don't have any team members on this one. And when you add a team member, what you can do is give them rights. So you can give them read-only privileges. You can give them write but not post privileges. You can give them write and post privileges. So let's say, hey, look, hey, John Smith, I'd like you to go write these posts for me, but you don't trust him to put them out. You want to edit them first, so he can just write them, put them in the system. You'll see them when you log in, and you can go and edit them and send them out. Or you can say, hey, look, these aren't quite right. Go back and edit them in the following fashion. You can run your paid ad campaigns through here for Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's the same cost as running them on the 3 platforms. There's not an upcharge in any way to run that, but you can get a lot of analytics back here. I don't have any posts or any ads I've run recently, so it's not pulling any up because it's my personal stuff. But you can go through and do that. And if you see a post that you want to go off and boost, it'll pull up the post you sent to the different platforms. So that's my Facebook page. So let's say you've got an Instagram post that you're really proud of. You can go in and say boost it, and you can boost your post just like you do on the platform. So you can throw $20 at it or something and say boost that post, and you do it right from here. Charge is exactly the same as over on Instagram. So there's no upcharge to do that. The whole system is $24.99 a month. You get everything you see here except for Teams. Teams is on the advanced level, which is a little bit more expensive. But the cool part is you get 60 days for free. You don't have to enter your credit card to try it out. We are in both iOS and Android. And on both platforms, we are organic, which if you're not a developer, what that means is a non-organic app is one that was built for web and then just kind of shoved into an iOS or an Android app. And you can usually tell them because they're a little clunkier, they crash a lot, they don't quite look right. We've built it organically with its own user interface in iOS and Android to be specific to mobile, not just sort of automatically ported over. We've very specifically designed it to be easy to use. And unlike our competitors, none of them do this. Every feature you see here is on the mobile app. There is nothing missing from mobile or from desktop to mobile. You get all of it. So you don't have to necessarily ever even log into your desktop app. You can do everything from the iOS or the Android side. So that's it. That's the system. There will be more features coming down the pipeline soon. At some point next year, we are going to field a new feature. I'm not sure what the price point is going to be yet, but it's going to be a little bit more than the $24.99 a month. But what it'll let you do is load an image, and the system will automatically extract hashtags from that image. I tested it one day by loading a picture of my kid's tarantula. They have a tarantula, and it popped up and said arachnid, spider. And one of the hashtag options was I thought it was kind of funny. But the system will actually analyze the image and pull up potential hashtags for you to use, which I think saves a lot of time. That way, if you're a heavy Instagram user, you don't have to sit and write a description. You can just say, hey, look, I'm just going to use hashtags anyway. Upload the image. The system will extract them from the image, and you don't have to do any work other than push a button. Pretty simple stuff. That is our system. Thank you for taking the time today. Check it out, O4A.com. If you log in, you'll get a message from one of our ops team saying, hey, look, would you like to schedule a demo? It's a free demo. We're not going to try to, sell you additional stuff during that demo. We're just going to show you how to use the system. It's up to you to go from there. So enjoy. Please try it out today. O4A.com, 60 days free. Talk to you soon.